All right, guys. Today I'm going to show you how to make a track for Future. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. If you don't know me, I'm Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. We've trained over 900,000 producers around the world. Some have gone to work with Drake, Kanye West, Post Malone, Young Thug, YG, Ariana Grande, French Montana, Lil Baby, Polo G, if I didn't already say that, YG, J. Cole, Trippie Redd, a bunch of folks. Now I'm going to show you the technique in FL Studio. You will get the project files for free. Just go to BusyWorksBeats.com/FL Studio and just subscribe. Okay, so let's open up the sound. So we're going to start with the melody on this one. Let's open up Kontakt. And again, if you ever get lost, I'm going to save the project for you so you don't have to memorize all this stuff. And I'll note anything important. So we're going to load up the Kontakt library called Middle East. We want that very ethnic type sound. We're going to go to the melodic instruments and let's pull up the actually, let's do the kanun, if I'm saying that right. Let's switch the scale to chromatic. Okay, now we're going to mangle this. So right now it's just a bell type sound. Let's pull this down a little bit. Okay, now the BPM, we're going to go hit your face, hit your chest. Let's do 144. Future's anywhere from, he can go in a wide range, but usually 120 to about 150 is more Future's pocket. There's no set tempo. It's just, that's the range. Okay, so 144. Let's right click, go to piano roll. Let's start in the key of C minor. If you don't know C minor, just go to your stamps. We're going to switch this to minor natural and have it lay over top of C. Just turn the volume down. And we're going to add C on top so that we can copy and paste this easily. So I'm going to copy this whole thing, hit Control, hit Shift, and just copy and paste it like that, making sure the bottom and top note are C. This will help you. Also, you can hit Control down and Control up to move stuff up and down an octave. This will keep a nice reference to the side in the case that we need to quickly reference the scale for any reason. Okay, but all notes, you can use all notes. We're using a scale to kind of start off. Let's hit Alt, left click to get this first note in. We're going to start at C, and let's turn the pattern mode on. And why are we not hearing sound? Oh, you know, we might be too low of an octave. There we go. So I want to hear boom, 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 boom. So the note length matters. Boom, boom. 3, 4. Okay, we're going to copy this. So contrast melody is all about having two things that are different. So I have this going pretty slow, and then we'll have something moving quicker in the background, potentially. The hi-hats could also be moving quickly. Okay, so at the end, I'm going to add a half step. This gives it that bluesy sound, that trap sound. So we're going to go from C directly up to C sharp. Okay, so that's what creates that turnaround feel, or the feeling of we're going back somewhere, is by simply going outside of the scale, but on purpose. So the trick here is to go from one note directly to the note above or below. It's called a half step. Okay, so pretty simple. Let's open up another instrument and let's create a contrast to that instrument. So let's go to India. Let me mute my mic for 3 seconds. All right, so let's go to India. Or excuse me, go to Middle East this time. Let's go to melodic and let's look for, I think the ney is the flute. Yeah. Okay, so let's go here. We're going to switch the scale to chromatic. But the main difference is we're going to switch the phrase. So right here, you have different articulations. So if I play, that's one phrase. Actually, I think phrases are down here. Okay, so if you want a more natural feel, like it's a real person playing, try phrases, because you can't get that with a plugin. So let's add this in. Okay, so you can go through your phrases. I'm just going to hit Control X in the channel rack. Let's go to a new pattern. Control V to paste. I want 4 phrases. So I'm gonna go doo-doo, then doo-doo, and then a different phrase at the end. That's pretty cool. Okay, so as long as this matches the key, let's go to song mode, drag this in, our other melody, so we can hear all this together. Hit Shift, left click, and drag. I think we can set the key inside of, let's do, yeah. Just gonna do C chromatic for now. Okay, so that last one doesn't match the key. So we're just gonna pick a different phrase. That works for me. Okay, now let's get the drums going. Let's there's a pack called Lunch 77. It's in our Discord. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/discord. When you're in our Discord, look to the left side where it says downloads and then go to where it says drum kit. We have the link right there for the Lunch 77 kit. Basically, you can grab the Metro Boomin drum kit, and I will give you the project file, so don't memorize any of this stuff. I'm just showing you where I'm getting the sounds from. Let's go to snares first. That will set the tone of the beat. I kind of want a hard like this. Let's right click, open the new channel. And I'm gonna layer it with this reverb snare here. Let's right click, open that up. You gotta be careful layering snares because they're very transient heavy. So if you layer two transients on top of each other in the same frequency range, they could get really out of hand. So you gotta be careful with that, but you can't, that's more of a mixing thing. Okay, let's go to the 808s, figure out what one matches. Let me see if I can make this long. So let me show you a little advanced trick. Right click, open a new channel. Now you see how this 808 is short? I'm going to show you how to make it infinitely long. So let's right click, edit in audio editor. First thing we're going to do is just get rid of all this excess. Hit Control X or delete. Get rid of that, or cut on a PC. We're going to change our snap to grid here with the magnet to 0 crossing. And we're going to left click until we find a section in here that we can loop. So you have to have it on snap to 0 crossings for this to work, or else you're going to get clicks and pops. Now the key is I want to start right here in the wave, like right where my mouse is. I want to start here, go up, go down, end. I'm trying to find an area where I can kind of lock that in. So we go up, down, up, down. We might not be able to grasp onto one cycle, but we'll be able to at least. Okay, so it starts, it's kind of hard to see, but it starts in the middle, goes up, and at the end it starts in the middle, goes down, and goes back to the middle. So we're going to loop this, it's called. Go to regions and set loop. Okay, now double click out of that and then left click and drag it back into your sampler and turn on use loop points. Not the smoothest 808. But you can't really tell. If it gets out of hand, then we'll fix it. But right now it's not the smoothest loop section, but it's all good. So that's how you make short 808s longer. Now, this 808 has a lot of character, so it's harder to do it with 808s that have a different type of character throughout the 808. Let's grab some hi-hats. Let's go to closed hi-hats. We want the open hi-hat. Let's right-click, open that up. And then right-click, open that up. Now, to keep it simple, we're just going to do tut. You can add hi-hat rolls and all that, but the basic hi-hat is just right-click, fill each 2 steps. Okay, so if you don't have enough room, add a random hi-hat to the right and just do it again, fill each 2 steps. Okay, so if anything ever pops up that says, hey, do you want to time stretch something? That means that one of these things is on auto mode, which here it is. Let's take this off of auto mode, turn it on resample, right click and select none to reset. Okay, let's go back, song mode. Now this hi-hat is missing like the end of it, so let's right click, fill each 2 steps. There we go. Now we have all 4 bars, or 2 bars technically. I start turning stuff down because I have a limiter on my master track, so everything's a little bit louder. Okay, so that's the basic rhythm. Now let's add these snares in. Let's put the snare on the 3 and the 7. So it's 1, 2. Turn your metronome on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's going to be the background snare, and I'm going to separate the other snare because I could turn it on and off throughout the track. So let's add it on the 3 and the 7 count, same as before. Now this isn't going to change, so you could just highlight it, hit Control B to latch paste. Okay, so now I'm just going to record an 808. Doesn't matter the tone right now, I'm just going for timing. I'm going to go to options, go to typing keyboard to piano. And I'm using my middle C. My comma on the keyboard is middle C. Okay, so at the end, notice I changed it up. You might not be able to hear it depending on your system. So let's hit Alt Q. You can hit Control up to hear 808. Now, because we looped it, the 808 stops when we let go of the note. So you could hit Control L to fill in all those gaps. Let's go back to our open hi-hats. Let's start adding percussion, like open hi-hats. You can add more percussion. Let's see if we can add more, if there are more. Looking for more like triangle type. Okay, there we go. So this is arbitrary, but I'm just adding little stuff in here just to make it bounce a little bit more. I'm gonna turn off the 808 for a second. So there's little subtle stuff. Okay, let's add this triangle. So now the beat is bouncing a little bit. Let's add the 808 back. Now, because this 808 is so long, it never stops. So it's just like, there's no decay to it. That can be a good and a bad thing at the same time. So I might just swap out the 808 because that one doesn't ever decay. So it doesn't have a curvature to it. Let's find a different 808. This one's cool. Let's right click, open this up. Let's go back to our 808 and let's, where is it at? Here it is. Let's hit Control X to cut and then Control V to paste into the new 808. See how it has a decay to it? Let's hit Control down, pull it back down. At the end, I'm gonna change that rhythm. I don't like it. Trying to decide the rhythm. Okay, so right here on this 808, let's hit Alt U to chop that up into little micro chops. It's gonna glitch. I'll probably change up the ending, but again, you want to rap as you go. Hit your face, hit your chest. How do we get to 143? Let's go to the 144. Actually, let's go down to 1. That was a cool tempo. Never mind, I like 143. That was an accident, but sounds good. So now you got to figure out that pocket of the 808. Okay, so I'm missing just one 808. Okay, so I'm just adding this little bounce 808. There's no rule to it. We're just going based off of, I'm rapping in my head and going, can a rapper follow this groove? That's all I'm asking myself. That takes a lot of practice. There's no right or wrong handbook for it. But the gist is whenever you put something on the ands, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and whenever you put it on the ands, it adds a bounce. Right here needs a little. Just gonna add a glitch right here, Alt U. And then we're gonna right click, fade the volume. Okay, so the hi-hat's a little stagnant. We could do something with them. Okay, so you can right click, go into your piano roll, and just every time you hear tss in your head, that's where you can add a hi-hat roll. So let's just draw it in. So okay, highlight those, hit Alt U, change your time multiplier, you can chop it up. So I'm just moving them up and down an octave. There's no right or wrong way to do hi-hats. Just turn the volume down so they don't compete with the main hi-hats. Hit Shift to left click and do a linear adjustment. Also, the hi-hats are 2 on the grid, so let's go to the wrench tool, turn up time shift just a little bit. Now, if you want, you can back up your 808 with a kick. I don't think you need one. But if you want more punch, you could add a kick. I don't think we need that type of vibe. Future's more of an 808 type of guy. So something feels very stagnant. I think it's the hi-hats feel too like robotic. So I'm gonna delay them a little bit more, and also delay the 808 a little bit. Oh, I know what it is. The melody's like dom, dom, dom. Let's turn the melody up with time shift under the wrench tool. Also, the 808s could use a little more activity, but again, you would need vocals to really. So I'm just gonna add little jumpy notes here and there. Again, we could sit here all day. That was cool. I did that by accident. That like dun dun dun, that jump. That was cool. I'm just gonna copy that because that's a pretty cool bounce. Now notice I changed the velocity on those notes. I'm just gonna move this little glitch. There we go. So now you need bars. Let's hit Control L, send it to the mixer. I'm just gonna level it a little bit. Remember, it's all going through a limiter, so it helps us level the beat a little bit more. We don't really need to do anything to the beat as far as the beat. Maybe just turn the flute down a little bit. I think we're missing one of the sounds here. There we go. I don't know where our sound went for a little bit. Okay, so that was pretty quick, but Future is the real secret to Future beats. It's Future's bars. If you really listen to his bars, it's Future. It's not the beat. But you will get these project files for free. I'm just gonna mute my mic and let it play for 2 times. personally, I would take out the hi-hat rolls. It's a little too many hi-hat rolls for my liking. But you will get the project files for free. Okay, just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio. And that's how simple it is. Again, you would go back and forth as you record to figure out where you get caught up on the beat. I would recommend you go add like demo vocals and then see where you get caught up. Most of the time it's on the hi-hats or the kick drum. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Just go to busyworksbeats.com/FL Studio to download these project files for free. Peace.